Hello everyone, thanks for watching the video. Just walked out of a store where I bought this used weed eater. This is 25cc gas blower. It's the FB25. I'm sure there's a bunch of these probably online. Everything looks good here though. I like this, the handle, the springs here, still really good. It's very comfortable. Looks like it's been stored indoors. Now when I was in the store I tried to check the compression and it almost started, so thought I'd make a video right here while we're still in the parking lot to see if it will start, because there is a little bit of fuel in the tank. Very clean, very nice. Yeah, I think I paid like $9.59 with tax. It was $10.17. Let's try to start it. If it will, follow these instructions right here. Fuel lines still seem to be okay. Primer bulbs, looks like it's pretty good. I wish I could set you up on a tripod. I'm going to read these real quick and I'll get right back. Alright, here we go. Let's prime. Yeah, I don't think we're getting fuel. We're not getting any fuel. Just got back to the house, and first thing I'm checking on this, some really long hairs here. I want to get those off. But I wanted to check and see if that fuel line was broken. And I can't see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I see the filter in there. And so I think it's probably okay. But what's really kind of noticeable to me is how clear, and that's one reason I couldn't really tell how much fuel is in there. Fuel level is actually pretty far up here now that I can see better. And I also see that it's very clear, so looks like fresh gas is in there. Yeah, there's no, you know, when there's oil in there, there's going to be a discoloration, but that's just white. So looks like they've been running it with just gas, or maybe they just tried to put some gas in there, see if they can get it started. Anyway, we're going to have to take the carburetor off because it's just not getting fuel in the bulb. So let's get this cover off. Oh, look at that filter. This side looks pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's not bad. Still healthy. It's not breaking apart in my hand. It's pretty clean in there. Let's grab a Torx and get those off. What is all that long hair? That's probably pet hair. Okay, let's get this primer bulb off. And you can see it's pretty old, just broke off right here. We'll need to replace that. That sucks. Look at that, just broke right there. That sucks. So yeah, that was the return line. I just pushed it through the tank. I'll have to fish that out later. But fortunately, it's gonna probably be okay here with the main fuel line. And before I break this line, let's try to remove it carefully. And that's not going to be possible either because it just broke. Alright, here's that diaphragm. And then we have the gasket. Let's get both of those off. Okay, on the back side, we have our bulb. Need to make sure those little holes are clear. Alright, let's probe these holes. Did this one, I think. I don't think I have any carb cleaner. I'll have to check, maybe. Okay, I'm able to suck through the line. Wasn't able to do that before. I'm going to show you. Can you hear that? I think we're clear. Alright, let's go ahead and take the other side off. Alright, that doesn't seem to be too bad. Maybe gentle. Clean in there. Here's our screen. It looks very clean to me. I'm not going to mess with that. All right, going back in. All right, just lined everything. Just lined. All right, putting it back. Alright, we're getting a good lift. I think it's closing okay. Opening. I'm happy with this metering. I'm happy with the metering diaphragm. Looks pretty new to me. This is a Zama. Got our screws back in place. 2 screws. Grab our screwdriver. Kind of get them started by hand. Alright, got our gasket back in place. Diaphragm is next. Next bulb is back in place. All this really should have been cleaned off real good. Alright. Plate is on. Find our screws. And they were on the ground. Pretty typical for me. Trying to get this thing finished up. See if we can maybe get it start off before it gets dark. Days get dark now around 5:45. I'm gonna have to go search for some fuel line, and I don't know if I'll have that. We may have to pick this up tomorrow or another day. Getting ready to put the car back on. Yeah, there's a gasket on there. I don't have any hooked hemostats to grab that from inside the tank, so I'm going to cut it off here. And we're going to try to push it through. There we go. Now let's dump this stuff out. Alright, let's dump whatever this stuff is. Nice. Alright, it's just gas. Didn't have water in it from what I can tell. Yeah, maybe a little bit under that filter. only have one size line. I only have one size steel line, so we're gonna have to try to make do. All right, tapered this in so we can get it in easier through the new hole. All right, let me get some lubricant. Just going to do this till a lot of the line goes to the tank, enough that I'll be able to grab it. Then we'll put our fuel filter on. Need a little bit more to be comfortable. Yeah, that might work. Let's go ahead and square it. I really need a little bit more. Fuel filter. Okay. Right there. All right, now for the return line. Push this in about a 1/2 inch. And get it started. All right, yeah, I can see it in there. Let's go a little bit farther. All right. Right there. We'll just bring it up here and attach it at the bulb nipple. There we are, on both lines. To get those plastic grindings out, I'm going to put this stuff back through. probably okay. All right, just mixed up 40 to 1. Let's try to spill most of it. A small tank. Yeah, that's good enough. This never was very dirty. Okay, read the instructions again. First, let's see if it primes. Okay, let's see if it'll prime. Yeah, it's priming. Okay, that was one. We're going to do like 5 more of those, and we're going to try to pull it. I'll put it in start right before, or right after I prime it. Set you up here. 2, 3. Do 7. Right, so we're gonna need some tuning maybe. We have a low and a high. Let me show you. We have a low and a high. Let's, I really don't know which way to turn the low. Let's turn it about a quarter of turn to the right. See what happens. I'll have to keep messing with this for a while probably, so I'll probably have to do some of this off camera, and I'll let you know if I do get it. If I do get it running, I'll let you know what I've done to get it to run. right, there we go. That's the Weed Eater FB25. Nice little blower. Might have said trimmer before, but nice little blower. Very comfortable. Didn't take a whole lot to get it back. Just basically cleaned it, carburetor. Had to do the fuel filters. Wouldn't want to spend much more than $10 on it to do that. But yeah, it was pretty easy to do. So didn't have to buy any parts. I did have the fuel lines already. Now, to get this thing running, as you noticed, it was stalling and it wouldn't run. Off camera, I think I paused where I had the tool on the low right as I started it up again, and I had to go back to the very beginning to start it because it never was hot, never was really warmed up. Once I got it started, I tweaked this. I turned it to the left or the right, I can't exactly remember, and I had this all the way down right before the off, and I got to idle by turning it left to right. I can't remember if it's left or right, but one of those advances it. I think it might be the right. I think I'll have to go back and look at the video. But and I stabilized that idle. Once I did that, and it wasn't stalling, and we were in the run position at this time. Once it was idling okay, then I went ahead and turned it to the start. At that point, I did have my tool on the high side, so I started going left right and stabilized it. What I would do is I'd go all the way to the left, and once it started stalling, then I would turn it back, and I kept on turning it to the right till it started to stall again, and then I would turn it back to the left, and I just kind of found that sweet spot. You can hear it, and it'll be between the stalls, either on the left and the right. Had it all, like I said, all the way up to the start, the highest RPMs I could get, and that's where I tuned it at, and runs great, runs fantastic. So yeah, happy to get this, and probably getting rid of something since I got this. I try to do that every time I get something new, so I don't have so much junk around. So anyway, yeah, happy to get this. Thanks for watching the video, and that was the Weed Eater FB25cc gas blower. Thanks and take care.